So here's the first thing that this has ever happened. What the fuck is this pop-up? We've never seen a pop-up like that before.
Yo, click it. Let's go.
I mean, I can't click it, but you can read it.
Dreamers construct an edifice in the Wosswood, a place of learning and elucidation. Players with access to the Wosswood in Parabola may now experience the grand opening of F.F. Gebrandt's Museum of Palapsian History, recreated in the lands of Dream. Donate exhibits and building materials, witness a first-hand demonstration of scientific wonder, work together to help Gebrandt save a memory of London from a peril of ages past. Yo, Luke, where's my credit card? Where's my credit card? Let's go.
You know you don't have access to Westwood and Parabola when you don't even know what Parabola is. Is that a place? Is that a building? Is that on the map? I've never seen that before.
I assumed it was more of a feeling, you know? I assumed
the real Parabola
within you.
is in your heart.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Well, we haven't checked our messages.
Yeah, but... Oh, why is the entire world red now? No, I don't know what I did there, but I don't do it again. But none of these says Parabola. I mean, yes, we've not checked our messages. That is, of course, always something we need to do. When was the last time we recorded?
Like a week ago?
I want to say it's been 2 weeks ago.
You might be right.
So in Fallen London, leave a message, go to your lodgings to see it. Is that, did we already do that? A polite knock at the front door. Should we deal with the rats before we continue with messages?
Absolutely. Fuck these rats. Oh my god.
A polite knock at the bottom of your front door. The rats are back, but only for a moment. Yeah, because if they're back for more than a moment, they get fucking shot. Yeehaw, motherfuckers. Bringing you tribute. The rat tribes of London have decided you're a terror of myth. They have brought you gifts to appease your assuredly biblical wrath. Finally someone understands that beneath this veneer of comedy and humor... I'm nothing but pure wrath.
You are you are the ISIS of the rat world. Congratulations.
Within me I have a deep-seated anger at the world. And these rats are feeling it.
Rat priests lay red gold and brightly patterned silk at your feet. The dozen or so rats on your doorstep bow once in respect. They ruffle their whiskers and scatter in case their tribute isn't up to snuff.
Your legend among reckoners gone? One tribute and they say, okay, God's a piece now. That's not how God works, children. God requires consistent sacrifices of your best parts, unless you're Greek, because then you tricked Zeus into totally getting the worst parts like a Chad.
Dude, can we talk about Greek mythology and how it's fucking the best mythology? Like, every god is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
No, they're all assholes.
They're all just the worst people on the planet. Which is how you would be if you had that kind of power.
I mean, depends on, your morals, but I suppose if you were given, if you were born into having conquered your dad to spit out your eaten brethren, you're probably gonna grow up a bit traumatized, and that could lead to you kind of, creating a cycle of abuse.
So what you're saying is every Greek god is just every abusive boyfriend ever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a paradigm I can understand. Alright, what payment do we have here? Memory fades, pain departs, rewards arrive.
That's the same thing we get every time. For like 3 actions we can get a bunch of resources.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that's everything that happened in these past few days.
So I've written in my notes that in our lodgings we should have making a name.
Didn't we just do that? Hang on, we are in our lodgings.
Clearly my lodgings are wrong. Sorry, clearly my notes are wrong.
No, sorry, the lodgings are wrong. You're what you written down. That is the truth. Fallen London is lying to us.
That is correct. God, I wish I had that kind of confidence. You know what I mean? I feel like I would go a lot further in life if I was blindingly confident in anything I ever did ever. Like, I made a note here, and it's not in the game. I guess the game is wrong. We should write a bug report, Luke.
Shadow, the problem with that is it'll get you nowhere because you're a minority. You were not born.
Wow.
You were not born with rich parents that can invest in your startup company. You were not born in an economic period of unprecedented growth. You are sadly a minority, and the world does not cater to your whims. It doesn't matter what your attitude. You're kind of fucked.
Oh well, that's always good to know early. You know what I mean? It's always good to know that you'll never amount to anything because of your race. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I know. Thanks, Luke, for opening my eyes.
I'm glad I could ground you in our depressing reality.
Okay, turning back to my notes, there should be something in Ladybones Road with tattoos.
Oh yeah, that's the whole tattoo bit. There it is. My god, Ladybone Roads is like... Everything's happening in Ladybone Roads. It's like... What's like the hotspot of London? the main street. If London is a main street, what is it?
Liverpool Street? It's like the main station.
I have never heard of Liverpool Street. Wow, really well done, London.
Have you heard of Brick Lane?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Brick Lane is near Liverpool Street.
Okay. This really is the Times Square of fallen London.
Oh, it is a shame that London doesn't have an equivalent of like Times Square. Like we have a couple of places where people go, but none are iconic in any way.
Yeah.
Like Leicester Square is really nice, but it's not iconic like Times Square is.
Yeah, well, maybe if you hadn't lost America to the revolutionaries, Times Square could be yours.
You're right. Our only mistake in history is losing that one civil war, losing that one war to the Americans.
Other than that, Britain has done no wrong.
No wrong at all. Let's do the tattoo thing. Let's see what happens.
All right. The occasional customer comes and goes. Claremont and his daughters know you by name now. You can help yourself to tea and fungal crackers. I don't want fungal crackers, but thanks for the offer. Two of Claremont's daughters, possibly Myrtle and Lily, are having an argument. It would be polite listen. Alright, we're listening in, and then we failed. But we have 19 of these, so let's try to do this. You have failed the challenge. And we fail again. And now we are suspicious.
Alright, try again?
Yep, become more suspicious. We succeeded! Whoop whoop! And I don't know why she taught you to sing of roses, and not me. It's simply not fair.
Welcome to life of being a minority, lady. Life isn't fair. That's what I've learnt today.
Yeah, if 30 years of being a minority hasn't taught you that, then maybe I was wrong.
The singer is the hardest one I know. The hatching has to be perfect or it won't work, and it has to be done by someone with blue eyes. Yours were always brown. How very strange. All of the daughters have brown eyes. At least they do now. We got an occurrence, which I'm assuming means that we now can do something else here.
Yes. It means we basically just keep doing this. You can do this if you have entwined in the Dukes of Claremont Family 7. You need exactly 7, and we have exactly 7.
Hold on, what would happen if we had 8? Does that mean it's just grey? Just sorry, you have too many of the resource?
No, that would be at the next step of the quest. What do you think?
Oh.
You arrive at Claremont to a great hullabaloo. Daughters are crying. Claremont has a face like a pink thunderstorm. What's going on? Get the customers out of the shop and try to find some sense in all of this. Ooh, the chances here are not great.
Confident smile? Oh.
We only have one. Everyone's very upset about something, certainly. If only they'd shut up in a moment and tell you what trouble is. Oh, maybe we can... Can we get the thing again where we get... No, I don't think either of these are the refill of actions.
Thief. What is thief?
Thief, you're struggling through the dense crowds outside of a popular theater when you feel a lurch in his hand upon your person. Your pocket has been picked. After him! The thief is a skinny and young wrench. Too old to be in the urchins gangs, but he'll still have an easier time than you moving through the thick crowd. The cheesemonger. The thief darts between the theatre goers. You're obliged to plough through them. You crash into a respectable physician and toss a noted campaigner for universal suffrage into a hedge. The thief chances a look back at you. Something in your face makes him drop your purse. He backs away, holding up his hands. Keep your money! I didn't want to nick from the likes of you. The cheesemonger put me up to it. Did you hear that right? The cheesemonger? The pickpocket makes his escape as you reach down for your purse. Now that you think of it, he is rather well dressed for a common thief. Just what is going on here? Under 12, the cheesemonger is increasing. Ooh.
Ooh, let's find out what this cheesemonger's deal is.
How?
Well, I'm assuming we'd have a thing.
We don't have a thing so far.
We don't have a thing?
We don't have a thing.
Then what the fuck was that?
It was a card. it was a card. And how many tries at this are we going to try before we give up?
I think one more I'm comfortable with.
One more. Then we'll have had a 75% chance, because that's how chance works. you just add it up. If you try something 25% chance 4 times, you have a 100% chance of it happening.
Yeah, and if you do it 10 times, you basically have done it 250% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. What's the chance of winning the lottery?
1 in like 60 million.
So I only need to buy 60 million lottery tickets? Got it. Easy.
Yeah, you need to buy 60 million to win like 12 million.
Hell yeah. Wasn't there a mathematician though that came up with like a system that consistently didn't give him the jackpot, but gave him more payment than they invested?
Yeah, I have heard this story where, because of how the lottery was set up, it was actually like, for every ticket you bought, you got like 10 cents back on top of whatever you bought it for. So someone just bought a shitload of tickets. And by a shitload, I mean like 1 million. And he actually made money off of it. I have heard another story as well, where someone in scratch cards, they found out that the system, like the way they were printing out the scratch cards, was like, it was mathematically putting the rewards on certain serial numbers. And he did the math and realized he could, keep buying tickets forever, but it's actually making less money than his regular job, so he just reported it to the guys who make them. Which I think is kind of sad. I feel like if you find a loophole like that, you should exploit it. I guess in this case, it wasn't exactly exploiting it, right? Because he's just earning less than his regular job.
Yeah, I mean, that's sad in and of itself. What's the point of scratch cards if even if you know how to win at them, you still don't make any money?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with gambling. You're there for the fun. That being said, looking at the people who buy scratch cards, it always feels like the poor and desperate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're there to make money. They're there to hopefully hit it big.
Can we talk about that? I feel like the lottery is like super unethical. It feels like they're just targeting the people who are like bad at math and sad.
I mean, that's a growing customer base.
So my problem with it is that it seems kind of evil, and your thing is, it seems like a good market to exploit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I want to take advantage of the poor, the innocent, the people that this system is really pushed down on. I want to push down harder.
Dude, the rats were right about you. Dude. Let's go to Spite. Because I've got a thing written down called Children of the Glow.
That sounds interesting. What the hell's that? Which one of these is to do with the Children of the Glow?
Oh, I guess the game's bugged again because it's in my notes, but it's not here.
Hate when that happens.
Why did I write this down? This must be a thing. What's the top option? Boarding house for those who temporarily have nowhere else to go? Let's click on that.
I mean, it's just a way we can, get the disgusting soup or sit on a moldy chair.
Well, have we got the disgusting soup first?
Yes,
before?
but we've not sitting on the moldy chair yet.
Oh, well, let's sit on the moldy chair.
The original room has been expanded to encompass a suite of connected chambers united by atmosphere and the proprietor's taste and decor. The central room remains as it was almost 50 years ago. A carriage collects on the mantel and elegant tables laid out for tea. Our doors yawn onto the central chamber, promising quiet spots in which to read the paper, converse with fellow visitors, and occasionally nap. Judging from the noises, your fellow guests are currently occupied with all three. We can take brandy, or we can promenade, like the rich aristocrat, a piece of shit we are.
Oh, I mean, we promenade.
Naturally, somebody has had the idea first. Naturally, said somebody's promenading as though it were the most unaffected pursuit in the world. A tip of the hat here, a coy wiggle of a tentacle there. Naturally, said somebody's a tentacle entrepreneur and is possibly inundated admirers. You'll have to wait your turn. A London fixture, a canny businessman, and apparently patron of Mrs. Chapman's, the tentacled entrepreneur is full of surprises. He carries with him a series of neatly organized pages from which he can engage in surprisingly scandalous conversation. Good.
Okay. Great. So I guess there's nothing here. I mean, I guess there is a couple of other things that seem
there's
interesting.
a making your name, there's a descending to Doniclay quarters, there's working for the widow, there's a box of secrets, there's a lot of stuff here. It's just, with Fallen London, I'm never really sure which thing to do.
Well, I've written down that the making your name here requires 1,000 jade fragments.
Oh shit. I only remembered the other one, where we require like 1,000 screaming souls.
Well, there's one that requires shrieks. That's in the Singing Mandrake. No, not Singing Mandrake. That's in Watchmaker's Hill.
Yeah. With a bunch of making your names where we don't know how to get the material for.
So, I guess in terms of my notes, I don't have too much written down other than we can write an epic. It is an action sync though. Bob Dylan told us a while ago to become exceptional friends of the bazaar, but I still have no idea how to do that. I do want to go back to the carnival because every time we've done it, it's been awful.
I think we've seen all the awfulness. The question is just which of the subplots do we want to continue on? We could try this box of secrets, we could try working for the widow, we could go back to the tattoo parlor.
Well, let's work for the widow. That seems interesting.
Smuggling operations along the river near Spite are the business of the woman they call the gracious widow. It might be profitable to earn her attention. You want to avoid an unfair tax on jewels? Oh man, it's really, I hate when I make my money off of my on my jewel mines that I keep slaves in, and I have to pay taxes on that. That's so unfair, man.
Yeah, dude. Why are we paying taxes? We absolutely avoid taxes.
We're providing a benefit to society. Don't tax us. Stupid government. We should defund the government. We should libertarianism. That's where it's at. Oh, we can't do any of this.
Why can't we do any of this?
We need to connect it to Widow. Apparently.
Where would we get that from?
What do I know?